One goat, just one, cost me under $100. And within 3 years, that one goat turned into a herd that was bringing in real consistent monthly income, enough to make some farmers quit their day jobs entirely. Stick with me for the next 20 minutes, because I'm not just going to tell you goat farming is profitable and leave it there like every other video. I'm going to give you the actual numbers, the actual mistakes that wipe people out, the actual timeline of how this grows, and a full plan you could start using this week. And I promise you, there is one number coming up later in this video, a number about how fast your herd can multiply for free, that is going to completely change how you think about this business. So don't skip ahead. If this is your first time on Farm Equation, this channel is built entirely around real, no-fluff farm business breakdowns. So hit subscribe and tap that like button right now, because it genuinely helps this video reach more people who need to hear this. Let's start with the obvious question. Why goats and not chickens or cattle or pigs? Here's the honest answer. Chickens are cheap to start, but the profit per animal is tiny, and you need volume, real volume, to make real money. Cattle make good money per animal, but the entry cost is brutal. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars before you sell a single cow, plus acres and acres of pasture most people simply don't have access to. Pigs grow fast, but they're expensive to feed and heavily regulated in a lot of areas. Goats sit in this incredible sweet spot that almost nobody talks about. Low cost to start, small land requirement, fast reproduction, and a market that, in most of the US, is still not fully saturated. That last part is important, and I'll come back to it, because it's actually the biggest reason goat farming is profitable right now in a way it wasn't 20 years ago. Now here's something most people don't realize until they actually look into it. The demand for goat meat in America has been quietly exploding for over a decade, and most local farmers still aren't producing enough to keep up. Why? Because goat meat is a staple food for massive and growing communities across the US. Hispanic, Caribbean, West African, East African, Middle Eastern, and South Asian communities all consume goat meat regularly. Not as a novelty, but as an everyday and cultural food. And here's the part that should really get your attention. A huge percentage of the goat meat consumed in America is actually imported from countries like Australia, because domestic supply cannot keep up with domestic demand. Let that sink in for a second. There is a food product that Americans are eating in growing amounts every single year, and local farmers right now today are not producing enough of it. That is not a shrinking market you're walking into. That is a wide open gap. So let's talk about how you actually step into that gap, starting with money, because I know that's what you really want to know. Let's say you start small and smart. 10 female goats, called does, and 1 male, called a buck. Depending on your region and the breed you choose, that initial herd might cost you somewhere between $1,500 and $3,000. Add in a basic shelter, which can genuinely be built from repurposed materials, pallets, and simple lumber for a few $100s, plus decent fencing, which I'll stress the importance of in a minute. And your total starting investment lands somewhere around $2,000 to $4,000 total. Compare that to almost any other agricultural business, and that is an incredibly low barrier to entry. Now here comes that number I promised you. A healthy doe can produce 1 to 3 kids per pregnancy, and many breeds can be bred to have 2 pregnancy cycles within about 18 months. Do the math on that for a second. 10 does, each producing an average of just 1.5 kids per cycle across 2 cycles in 18 months, means your original herd of 10 does could realistically produce 25 to 30 additional goats, without you spending $1 additional buying new animals. Your herd doesn't just grow, it compounds. It's the closest thing to free inventory that exists in agriculture. And almost nobody explains it to beginners this clearly, which is exactly why so many people underestimate how fast this business can scale. But, and this is important, so stay with me, fast growth only turns into fast profit if you avoid the mistakes that quietly kill most beginner goat farms. And I want to walk you through every single one of these, because these are the exact things that separate a farmer making real money from someone who gives up after 18 months wondering what went wrong. Mistake number 1, and probably the most expensive one, choosing the wrong breed for your goal. So many beginners just buy whatever goats are cheapest and closest to them, without asking the most important question first: what am I actually trying to sell? If your focus is meat production, which again is the fastest growing market segment right now. Breeds like the boar goat are ideal because of their rapid growth and excellent meat-to-bone ratio, or the Kiko goat, which is hardier and more parasite resistant. If your focus is dairy, meaning milk, cheese, or soap, the Nubian goat is famous for rich, high butterfat milk, while the Alpine and Saanen breeds are known for higher milk volume. Picking the wrong breed for your goal doesn't just slow you down. It can mean you're feeding and housing animals for months that ultimately aren't worth what you expected when it's time to sell. Mistake number 2, and this one genuinely surprises people: ignoring the calendar. There are specific times of year when demand and prices for goats spike dramatically, driven by religious and cultural holidays like Easter, Christmas, and especially Eid al-Adha, when families specifically seek out live goats for traditional meals and celebrations. Smart farmers plan their breeding schedule backward from these dates, timing it so their kids hit market weight right before these windows. Selling at the right time versus the wrong time can mean the difference between getting a normal price or getting 30 to 50% more for the exact same animal. Same goat, same weight, same quality. The only difference is timing. Mistake number 3, underestimating housing and health. Goats are actually tough, resilient animals, but they have one major weakness. They hate wet, muddy, dirty conditions. A goat standing around in mud isn't just uncomfortable, it's a direct path to hoof rot, parasites, and respiratory illness. And sick goats cost you in 3 ways at once: vet bills, lost growth time, and losing the animal. The fix doesn't need to be expensive. A simple 3-sided shelter with a raised, dry floor and good airflow is often enough. Combine that with regular deworming and rotational grazing. Most failed goat farms don't fail because of the market. They fail because of preventable health issues that a $10 shelter fix or a basic deworming schedule would have solved. Mistake number 4, bad fencing. And I mean this more seriously than it sounds. Goats are legendary escape artists. They will test every weak point in a fence, and once they find it, they're gone. Weak fencing doesn't just mean an annoying afternoon chasing goats down the road. It means potential injuries, lost animals, damaged crops, and even legal liability if your goat causes an accident on a road. Investing in solid woven wire fencing or a proper electric fence system early on is not optional if you're serious about this as a business, not a hobby. And mistake number 5, the quiet one that nobody notices until it's already cost them money: not tracking anything. No records of weight, no records of health. Which means every decision becomes a guess instead of a data-driven choice. Are you the kind of person who's going to actually track your animals from day one? Or are you planning to figure it out as you go? Because the farmers who track everything from the very beginning consistently outperform the ones who don't, and it's not even close. Now, let's talk about feeding, because this directly controls how much money ends up in your pocket. Goats are browsers, not grazers, meaning they naturally prefer eating brush, weeds, leaves, and shrubs. This is actually a massive hidden advantage because it means goats can turn useless overgrown land, brush, weeds, blackberry thickets, into meat and milk, essentially converting free vegetation into profit. That said, if you want faster growth and higher sale weights, supplementing with good quality hay and a goat-specific mineral mix, and sometimes a grain boost, can significantly increase how much money each animal brings in. Every extra pound is pure profit. Let's also talk about something most beginner videos completely skip: selective breeding. A lot of new farmers make the mistake of keeping every single female goat as a future breeder, but not every doe is a good investment. Identify your best performing does, the ones producing strong, fast-growing kids, and you keep those while selling off the underperformers. Do this consistently, and your entire herd becomes noticeably more productive without spending a single extra dollar. Now, beyond just selling goats for meat, here's where things get really interesting. Dairy goat farmers often move into producing and selling goat milk soap or lotion, which carry significantly higher profit margins than raw milk. Some farms sell breeding stock, meaning selling high-quality does and bucks to other farmers who are just starting out, which often sells at a premium because buyers are paying for genetics, not just body weight. And an entirely new niche has exploded: goat rental services for vegetation and brush clearing, where homeowners in cities pay farmers to bring in goats to clear land naturally. Some farms make more from this than selling meat at all. So let's zoom out and actually put a realistic number on year 1. Starting with 10 does and 1 buck, many beginner farmers realistically see their first meaningful revenue cycle bring in somewhere between $3,000 and $7,000. By year 2, with a larger breeding base and better timing around seasonal demand, that number often grows significantly, without a matching increase in your costs. Because remember, your herd is growing itself for free. Now, I want to be honest with you, because this channel isn't about hype. This business is not instant, and it's not risk-free. It takes 18 months to really see your first big cycle pay off. Predator issues, weather, and market fluctuations are real, but compared to almost every other entry point into agriculture, the combination of low starting cost, fast compounding growth, and a genuinely underserved market makes goat farming one of the most realistic paths for an average person. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Profitable goat farming comes down to 5 things working together. Choosing the right breed for your specific goal, understanding and timing your market around seasonal demand, keeping your animals healthy through simple but consistent housing and parasite management, feeding smart to maximize growth per dollar, and using selective staggered breeding to keep both your herd quality and your income steady. The farms that actually succeed are the ones treating all 5 as one connected system. Now here's my question for you, and I genuinely want to know. Out of everything we covered today, which of these 5 pillars feels like the biggest challenge for your own situation right now? Drop it in the comments because I read every single one, and depending on what you all say, the next video might be a full step-by-step build guide. If this video gave you real value, hit that like button, subscribe to Farm Equation, and I'll see you in the next one.